otherwise known as the Germanic Otaku. And today we're going to be not decluttering, what's the word? Evaluating the manga shelves and cleansing or clearing out, removing and going through my manga shelves. This is like the third or fourth installation of this series of me fucking with my manga shelves. Full disclaimer, there isn't going to be music in the background of this video because I am very sick, and putting on headphones is really harming my ears. That's why this video is up today and not the video that I've been trying to upload for the last month. Because I haven't finished editing that one because I have just been stressed, and then my health decided to take a fucking nosedive. So what we're gonna do before we even start this process is you and me, we are going to exercise some self-care. If you have medication, go and get it. Pause the video, go and get it now. If you need to take it now, go and get it. If you need to do anything, whether it be putting on moisturizer, whether it be fucking drinking water, doesn't matter. Go get your glass of water, get your fucking thing of moisturizer, get whatever you need to do a little bit of self-care or necessity care, because we're going to do it together. So I have a glass of water here, and I need to drink from it because I need to take a Panadol. It's not Panadol, but it's paracetamol, whatever, because I have a sinus infection and it makes my head hurt. So, and I'm not very good at taking pills, so I can only really have one at a time without gagging. That's because the first time I tried to take a pill, I bit into it, which was a bad idea because I'm pretty sure it was a fish oil pill, meaning it had fluid in it, meaning it popped in my mouth and I nearly threw up. Wow. Okay, so that's the first part. I do have some other things that I need to do. I don't think I'm going to put in more eye drops until I go to sleep. But I need to do this because I have a very congested nose, as you can fucking hear. Also, I don't think I mentioned it. I did mention the fact that I can't wear headphones, but because I can't wear headphones, you're going to be hearing some James Marriott, Snap Cube type shit. So that, you know, I, don't go insane, while recording this video. So, I'm gonna do my little non-sponsored, I don't want to be sponsored by this company because it makes my nose fizz. 3, 2, 1. Don't do that. Don't breathe in this way. Hold on. 3. Okay. I can breathe in more from this nose now. Okay. 3. No, I can't do that. Oh my god. I can breathe decently through my nose now. Okay, not so much from this nostril, but definitely from this nostril more. Okay, manga, what are we doing? So, I want to go through this because first of all, I have my own little shop. I have my own little Etsy shop. And right now, the only thing I'm selling is capes. Soon it'll be other stuff, but right now it's the only thing I sell is capes. But I mention that because I've been trying to hand make and do other stuff and sell other stuff, which includes selling secondhand stuff. Now, this secondhand stuff is stuff my family has hoarded over the last couple of years. And seeing that has made me look at this library. Though I found out an actual library has to have over 1,000 books, so now I need to actually make a proper manga library. Anyway, that being said, I do need to purge some of these because it's dawned on me that some of these series I am never going to read again. I do not want to read, never gonna read, never get interested in. Especially since I keep buying new manga, and on my little cart over here that I built in a video, I specifically put a few volumes of manga that I'm going to get into. However, these are usually volumes of manga, and I don't know why it's always volume fucking 3, but I'll pick up volume 3 of a manga that I'm interested in, and then won't end up picking the first volume. But I do want to read these eventually, but having them stock up here isn't going to be easy if I want to put them in here eventually when I don't fucking have space. Now, as always, this isn't going to get touched. Sailor Moon, never going to get touched. I'm never getting rid of any of my Sailor Moon things. The other stuff, I'm going to look through here. All of the Love Me Not series is getting gifted to my best friend for Christmas. I might... No, I won't. I'm not gonna touch this shelf either for a while. Mainly because, I still want to have this sort of aesthetic for a little while. As I said, I'm gonna keep this up until December. So it's getting gifted to her at Christmas. And I already have the other half of her Christmas present, and I know for a fact that she watches these videos, so she knows, well, she doesn't know what she's getting, other than the manga, because I did have to ask her if she wanted the fucking manga, but still. But I'm giving it to her, because she really likes the author, and she's the one who got me onto the works of the author, and while I'm not the biggest fan of it, well, I'm the biggest fan of the first half, she will absolutely adore the first half, but while I'm not the biggest fan of the second half of the series, I figure she's gonna fucking love it, because she loves romance, anime and manga, so, and having, this would be her first, like, full series that she gets, so I really want to give that to her, so, yeah, and she gets it as a present, because, yeah, but I can't gift her all of the manga that I want to get rid of, because some of it I don't want to touch with a 7-foot pole, so, plus, I have some volumes that I'm going to be putting in here, like this Attack on Titan character encyclopedia that I have flipped through and I bought because I was going to make a video about Attack on Titan. I'm still going to make a video about Attack on Titan. However, I vowed to myself that I wouldn't make that video until A, the anime is completely finished, which won't be happening until like January, and B, I've read the full manga, which I wanted to fully collect. Now, I might be doing that by just reading the scans online instead. However, I still haven't read the full manga despite knowing what happens in the fucking manga. Sorry if I choke on words, again, sick. So, plus there's the fact that I need to buy more Urusei Yatsura, because this is volume 4, I've only read up volume 1, and only have volume 1. And then there's this little horror series that looks fucking amazing, and I only have volume 4 of it. And you may be wondering, Brooklyn, why the fuck did you buy more manga? You've said in the last couple of things you're poor, you haven't been able to buy manga. Well, for an assignment, I had to go into the city and film some stuff with my friend, to pay her, I guess. She didn't need to be paid because she was volunteered, but I felt bad that she was spending time in my film, so I felt like I needed to pay her, and why not pay her with buying her a manga? I only bought her 1 volume and bought myself 4, so, I let myself be influenced by validating the fact that I'm buying 4 volumes of manga by buying her 1 volume of manga. So anyway, I bought 2 new volumes of manga. Obviously this is the 3rd volume of whatever garbage fire this is. It looks like a horror zombie apocalypse thing, and it's by Tokyopop, or it's distributed by Tokyopop, and I found out Tokyopop isn't a company anymore, so I'm sort of like now in the mindset, I mean, if it's printed something like this, it's obvious why it's not a company anymore. Anyway, I'm in the mindset of if I see something Tokyopop, I'm kind of gonna pick it up, just because I haven't done research, but I found these 2 in a $5 bin, or a bargain bin, This genuinely seems interesting, and I'm really upset that I've only found volume 4. I really want the other 3 volumes to this. This, I just thought it was funny. I'm gonna find scans for these online and then read it. And then probably promptly get rid of this one. The limit does actually seem really fucking interesting. That being said, those are going back onto my cart eventually, with the exception of the Attack on Titan novel, which is gonna go up here with the Attack on Titan books. First thing moved. Now, once again, as I said, I'm selling stuff secondhand, and I want to sell my manga. Obviously, not the stuff that I'm gifting to my friend, but I want to sell some manga from in here, and I'm going to be seeing if there's any manga, like, back there, because so far, this is all stuff that I'm currently reading. So all of this back here I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading the Yakuza Love series. I do want to finish the Yakuza Love series because guilty pleasure, not gonna lie. Want to continue Thigh High. Cutie Honey, I actually want to move here. I am tempted to sell Cutie Honey. However, I actually decently liked it, and I kind of want to get into the anime before I make the decision if I want to get rid of it or not, because there have been certain series where I didn't really appreciate the manga until I watched the anime, and usually those series are ones that I read the scans of. So having the actual volume of manga, I wanted to, like, see if that happens. So first we're gonna see what's back here. Oh, it's Oran and Haikyuu. Okay, Oran and Haikyuu stay, because I do want to actually collect Haikyuu. So something that I need to think a lot about when purging some of the manga that I have is really, what series am I collecting? What am I willing to collect? What do I not want to touch? And what manga will I read again? What has that interest where I'm gonna come back and read it again? Because that's the most important thing of having a manga library, is that you can read it again. I have read Tomie 3 or 4 times. I want to reread Uzumaki when Uzumaki comes out, just to, like, compare the manga to the anime. To be honest, some of the Junji Ito stuff that I have, if it wasn't Junji Ito, then I probably wouldn't pick it up, and I would actually probably sell it. However, because I want to have that Junji Ito, like, collection, I am only keeping those books for that reason. Which is a little bit hypocritical to what the point is of, like, my collection, but I feel like I can make an exemption for Junji Ito stuff, because maybe one day in the future I'll gift it to someone who really likes Junji Ito, or gift it to someone who wants horror, or possibly it could become a really big collector's edition and I could sell it for a really good price. Granted, it may not be that in the future, because personally Junji Ito just tanked his net worth by fucking releasing a Tomie NFT. Wow, why the fuck would you do that, sir? That being said, what exactly am I selling and what aren't I selling? So I'm predominantly working in this section here, because these first 5 I am fucking selling, okay? So you may notice that I said 5 and not 6, despite the fact that I have 3 volumes of My Hero Academia. Why am I not selling this volume? It is because this is obviously A, it's in Japanese, and B, it was given to me by my aunt. Now, my aunt doesn't really know what manga that I'm into, except for one, which is The Disappearance of Nagato Yuki. So she gifted me a bunch of different manga in Japanese. This includes, obviously, The Disappearance of Nagato Yuki, Ancient Magus's Bride. I believe she also gifted me Tokyo Ghoul Re, which I've been using as a stand for my TV, because I'm not very interested in Tokyo Ghoul. But I want to keep that, obviously, because it was gifted to me by my aunt. I need to fucking sneeze. But the other reason I'm keeping that is because it was gifted to me from my aunt. So why am I getting rid of My Hero Academia? Personally, it is a series that I really do not want to pick up at the moment. I do like Volume 14 because of how cute the cover art is. However, My Hero is more a series that I'm more willing to watch than to read. I've already spoiled myself for a lot of what happens later in the series. So getting into this series, especially having watched up to like season 6 currently, it's really just not worth it in my opinion. And I know people are gonna be like, but the manga's better, but the anime's trash. The manga's better. It's getting into like some really cool shit in this arc and like this and this, and it's like, cool. I'm keeping up with the current manga chapters, letting myself be spoiled. I'm not gonna fucking read it. At least not in this at this point, personally. So I'm gonna be selling these 2 volumes. Also gonna be selling The Water and Dragon's Bride. I was kind of interested in where the series would go. That's why I kept it. But dude, if you've seen my fucking review of Water Dragon's Bride, you know. You know. That's a child. That's a fucking child. But yeah, so I will also be selling Water Dragon's Bride. I will also be selling my volume of Sakura Hime. I got, some feedback from a friend saying that, saying why, like, she didn't like, Sakura Hime, and I sort of read the first volume and went, yeah, I kind of get that. It's probably not for me if you've thought it this way. Why does that feel like that? Oh. Okay. But personally, Sakura Hime feels like a combination of Inuyasha and Sailor Moon, which feels a bit too much for me. The art style is very, very pretty though, I will say that. But yeah, it's not particularly for me, so I want to get rid of it. Now, my process, these aren't the only ones, but from base level, these are ones that I do want to get rid of. And so, the things, again, that I think of when getting rid of the manga is, do I not want to fucking touch it at all? Yeah. Am I reading the series now? Will I eventually read the series? How likely am I going to continue to read or collect the series? Not very likely. Or at least, not this time. And how long have I had this book? Am I going to read this book? Am I going to do this, and this? That's what I think of. And it's very good to sell and get rid of the stuff that you don't need and that you don't really want anymore. I've had all of these volumes for a long time, so getting rid of them personally feels very relieving, if that makes sense. All of these I'm going to price at $10 each, with the exemption being Sakura Hime, which I'm probably going to price at $7 because of whatever is over here, which I'm assuming it was where the tag was. But the way that I'm going to price the ones that I'm selling, which I'm not going to sell a lot, is I particularly keep these in pristine condition. So if they're in pristine condition, they're going to be $10. If that seems too steep to you because you live in a country that isn't Australia, then let me put into context. Brand new, all of these volumes were $15 each. Every single one of these volumes, $15. I'm pretty sure this was like $12.99. So, because these are all in pristine condition, they are $10. Because this one has gunk on it, I'm going to reduce it to $7, maybe $8. Probably $8 because it doesn't really impact the story a lot. It doesn't impact the story at all, but I know some people don't want gunk on their covers. And I know for a fact that it can just be wiped off, but I'm not gonna do it. Anyway. moving forward, I am going to be keeping that blue sky feeling, so you don't need to worry there. Our How to Ride, I am going to be keeping as well, but I need to, like, move everything. What did I just knock over? Oh, I knocked over Pikachu. So obviously keeping Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer stays here. Our How to Ride, I'm going to move these just because I think I'm going to change up the layout of that one. Please stay scared. I also do think it's ironic that I'm getting rid of my My Hero volumes when a lot of my figures are My Hero figures, but whatever. Oh my god, I really need to fucking shoot snot out of my nose. Now, the other thing that's going to happen in terms of pricing certain manga is if it's had minotaurification, as I would like to call it, or the Minotaur bite. Fuck. Oh my god. See you. There are a lot of things that go into me deciding if I'm going to keep a volume of manga or not, as I've mentioned. But what is the Minotaur bite, and how am I going to use that as deciding what I'm doing for pricing? So, the Minotaur bite is the residue left by the tags. Now, this is one of the first volumes of things that I've gotten from Minotaur. These are the tag marks on the back. So, the rest of it, absolute pristine condition. The spine hasn't been cracked, and they're completely fine, right? But if I was selling these, I would sell these at a marked down price because I know collectors don't particularly like the bite on the back of the fucking book. Thus, the Minotaur bite. And if there has been damage sustained to the books because of the tags, I will also price it down by maybe $1 or $2. It's not going to be huge, like $5 from $10. It's most likely going to be, it's $7 or $8 because of the bite. But yeah. So out of all the manga that I've just pulled from the shelves, what am I keeping and what am I selling? Well, I'm going to be keeping the Magia the Ninth series because I really liked these books. It's a discontinued series, but I would be so willing to pick these up and read them again, despite the fact that I will never see anything more come from this series. So I'm going to keep these. One that I'm getting rid of, and this is actually a book that I've never read. So this is Shortcake Cake. Now, I picked this up, read the first couple, like, this boy that looks like Rin in here. Motherfucker. You're gonna show me Rin as I'm getting rid of this book? Fuck you. Anyway. So Shortcake Cake I picked up and I bought, and I read the first not 4 chapters. I read the first 4 pages, put it down, and never touched it again because I was so unbelievably bored. Now, I know I have a 1 volume rule or a 5 chapter rule. Personally, I'm not going to keep it up with this book just because I don't think I should. I've had this for so long, and out of all of the manga that I collected during a time where I couldn't buy manga, during the time where I couldn't buy manga, so I read what I'd collected and hadn't read previously, this is the only volume that I didn't read. So I'd read Sakura Hime, I'd read what's it called? Idle Dreams. Fucking no. Okay, well, you find that. Anyway, I read Idle Dreams, and I believe I read Yakuza Lover. I'm not sure what the other series that I read was, but I definitely read Sakura Hime and Idle Dreams, and I left this one alone. Now, this is in really, really good condition. There's a couple of stains on the white back here, and there's a little bit of kinking, and what's it called? The cover is coming off a little bit. But otherwise, for a book that hasn't been touched, this is in really, really good fucking condition. So I'm gonna sell this for about $9 or $10 when it was originally about $15. That's another thing that you have to consider when clearing out your shelves, is have you read this book before? How likely are you going to read this book? And if you haven't read it, if you have read it and you didn't like it, even if it's the first few pages and you have these strict rules on yourselves, just get rid of it. It is not worth it. And if I come to like Shortcake Cake in the future, if it has an anime adaptation, then maybe I'll buy a different volume, but I need to get rid of this one because I'm not reading it. I have a slew of romance that I'm currently reading. I don't need a romance slice of life. Otome Mania. Now this would be one because of the Minotaur Bite. This is a Minotaur Bite book. This is one that I keep seeing a lot of in Minotaur. It's very bland. It is a very bland little series. But I kind of want to keep it because of its charm. I did buy the ebook of Volume 1. But I'm never able to find Volume 1 physically, which makes me think that there's going to be more people who want Volume 1 instead of Volume 2. I think I'm just going to keep this one. I'll put it in limbo for now. Okay. Now, this is a series that I've hid from the channel for a while because I feel shame to have this series. It's not even the full series, it's only the first 2 volumes. And that's because this is a BL, but not only is it a BL, it's a really fucking boring BL. And that is Candy Color Paradox. Now, I saw Candy Color and my brain went to Dekoboko Sugar Days, which I'm pretty sure in English is Honey Sugar Days, and it's the book, the BL that I have back here that I fucking love. That book is my favorite BL that I've ever read. Back when I was a Fujo, I used to read it constantly. Not it. When I was a Fujo, I used to read BL constantly. That was the one that stood out to me that I had to keep, that I had to buy, right? It was the one BL that I read online that I had to physically buy because it was so good. And good in the sense that it's a cute story, really fucking adorable, and just all around actually left an impression on me, right? So, when I saw Candy Color Paradox, I was like, oh, surely this is, like, in a similar vein. Surely. Well, I'd picked up Volume 2 first, which, I mean, with the amount of volumes that I've picked up, where it's the second volume, I was like, okay. So I picked up Volume 2 first, read Volume 2, and then read Volume 1. I cannot tell you what is in these stories because I don't remember. They are that fucking boring. They are like every boring BL that I have ever read, okay? I only kept these because it's the story of a journalist. And a journalist and his photographer at that. So, and I bought these like early 2020, because like, what's it called? Because I wanted to do journalism and was really into journalism, and I thought these were a sign that I'd be into journalism. These couldn't have been more of a sign that I would want to be the furthest thing from journalism as physically possible, which is ironic because I do YouTube and do YouTube reporting on shit. Anyway, these getting rid of. Absolutely. I'm not going to read these again. I know for a fact there's more than 2 volumes. I don't want to show that cover. I know for a fact there's more than 2 volumes. I don't want to continue this series. Like, out of all the BL I have, like, I've got Given, I've fucking got, shit, what's the other one that's actually a BL? Other than Thigh High, which isn't really a BL. I guess the only other one really is My Love Mixed Up, which is what's it called? Which is Shoujo Beat, not really BL. But anyway, this one's actually by Sublime. Oh, that's what it was. No, it's not one that I have. It's one I want to get. If anyone would be willing to trade me Dick Fight Island for fucking Candy Color Paradox, I would gladly like this because I want to read it for the meme because it seems so absurdly funny. So if anyone wants an absurdly boring series, I would gladly trade it. I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm gonna sell it because I didn't like it. It was really boring and I thought, it's a sign I'm gonna be a journalist. No, it's not. No. I don't like the series and I'm going to get rid of it. So, yeah. Now, these sort of three are three of my oldest series. Oh, what will I sell these for? First of all, they're getting sold as a bundle. I do not care because it is the series I'm selling as a bundle. The two My Heroes and the Water Dragon's Bride can be sold separately. I don't care. This is being sold as a bundle. So I'm going to sell it as a bundle for $15, which is the cost of one of these. Not even. Books like these now are about $18 or $19. So for $15, you're getting it for less than I paid for one. So I'm selling that as a bundle. You're not getting it if you don't get it as a bundle, right? So now these these volumes are the oldest volumes that I've had. I don't fucking know what that word is for a dead girl. It is really weird. Like, when I read this the first time, I was into it because I was, like, 14, 16. No, I got this on discount at, Anime Fest 2016, so I was about 14, about to turn 15. So I read this when I was about 14 and I liked it. The reason I'm going to keep this, despite the fact that it's really weird and I'm not likely to read it again, it is also a discontinued series. Like, discontinued after volume 1 discontinued. It's by fucking Tokyo Pop as well. Reason I'm not gonna get rid of this is because it is one of the first volumes of manga that I ever bought. Also because, like, it has stayed, like, as a part of my anime history for a while, so I'm going to keep it. And yeah, so this one is staying. It is also what led me to Magia the Ninth, as I tried finding another music-styled manga series, and that's where I got to Magia the Ninth. So, speaking of Magia the Ninth, the Black Butler first volume. Now, I am not likely to pick up the rest of Black Butler. Now, I used to be really, really, really into Black Butler as a kid. Grell is still one of my favorite fucking characters. So maybe one day I will properly read all of Black Butler. I have read this, though I do not remember what was in it. There is, like, some staining, cracking. It is, again, a really old volume. And because it has stayed, like Pavane for a Dead Girl, has stayed in my manga library since the beginning, I'm going to keep it. The same with Momogumi plus Senki. However, this is also volume 4, much like with the other series that I've picked up. I am a lot more optimistic with Momogami plus Senki because, as I said, this is volume 4. There are 3 other volumes. In my how to buy manga video, I don't remember if I put in the clip or not. I'm not putting it in this video because I'm doing the most minimal editing for this fucking video. Because it's going out in the morning. But I found the first 3 volumes of this. Now, it's in the US, but I found the first 3 volumes of this. So, if I find and physically hold, if I physically hold the first 3 volumes of Momogami plus Senki, I will actually read it. So I'm actually holding on to hope for this series. So they're going in here. Well, I've made my decision. I'm keeping Otome Mania for now. For now. For now. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I'm keeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I'm selling. Part of me wants to keep this, in all honesty, first of all, because I haven't had this for a long time. All of these other series I've had for a long time. So part of me wants to hold on to this because I paid, from memory, $16 to $18 for this because it's a thicker volume. I could be wrong. Someone go into QBD and fucking find out the price because I don't remember. Part of me wants to keep it for that, and because it looks like Oran, really, and that's like the nostalgia bait, you know, that kind of stuff. But obviously, if you've seen my review of fucking I Order, I don't like it. I really, really don't. What I'm gonna do is I'm putting this at the front of this here because it's gonna be a while until I can sell all of these. And obviously, when December comes, I'm clearing out all of Love Me, Love Me Not. Now, I'm putting this back for the sole reason that at any moment, I can pluck it out and list it on, like, Facebook Marketplace where all the others are going. Bastard series. But the other reason why I'm keeping it is the same reason why I haven't already just gifted my friend all of Love Me, Love Me Not and am actively waiting until Christmas. And that is because I've had it for such a short amount of time in comparison to all of these series. I only got I Order at the very start of this year / the very end of last year. Whereas got this in 2020, pretty sure I also got this in 2020. 2019? 2020-ish. 2019 from memory. 2019 or 2020. I've had at least all of these series for at least 2 years. So I'm happy to sell these. Absolutely happy to sell them. This I have had for about not 6 months. The end of 2021. That is roughly when I bought I Order. Yes, it was, okay. It was last year. It was midway through last year. Midway through 2020. 2019. Actually, I think these were also... No, these were definitely 2020. Absolutely 2020. Ooh, 2020, 2019, early 2020. Okay. This one, mid-2021. At the very least, mid-2021, because I know what assignment that I went to the fucking bookshop to get books for when I got this. So, I'm keeping it there. It is the book that I've had for the least amount of time out of all of the books in this pile that I want to sell actively, right? So I'm going to put it at the front so that at any moment I can rip it off the shelf and put it in here. Now, why is it the same as Love Me, Love Me Not? I've had that last volume of Love Me, Love Me Not for about a month now. Not even a month, right? 3 weeks max. And seeing as I bought the book for myself, I would like to possess it for at least 2 months before I sell it. Now, and as I bought this a couple months ago, I would like to have it for at least a little more time before I sell it. At least I know with gifting it, it is going to someone who I can visit, so that if I want to pick up the series again, I can just ask them, hey, can I borrow your book? Whereas with I Order, I would actively have to go and fucking buy a different version of the same fucking book. Which, if I'm being honest, why would I want to read I Order again? I don't know. But, I don't. But, I can't do that if I'm selling it to a random stranger online. So it's going to stay at the front so I can pluck it out at any time. But I am going to sell it eventually. So the ones that I'm selling is all these. What? With the exemption of these, they're all going to be $10 each. This is going to be $15 for the 2. And while this doesn't seem like a lot in the fucking long haul, it's definitely a lot for someone who's collected manga for a long time. Or collected manga for a shortish time with a smallish collection of manga that I can actually read. And it just clears more space in my manga shelves. So I'm going to move you guys so you can actually see what I'm going to be doing in this little space. And so with the money that I get from the volumes of manga, so I order will go at the front. With the money that I get from all the volumes of manga, I probably will start finishing collections like Our Hard Ride that's sitting right here that you can't really see. I might move some of the manga that's up here down here, just because some of it I'm mid-reading and all of the volumes that are up here I've kind of finished, but I'm also in collecting. It's really weird. I think I'm going to leave this as is because it's mostly shoujo beat. With the exemption of Attack on Titan, I might move Attack on Titan down here and Origami down here then. But I want to keep... Okay. Mermaid Saga, I think, stays there. Or unless I move Our Hard Ride back there. Or alternatively, I move That Blue Sky Feeling back there. Because that actually would be incredibly helpful. I might do that. Oh, hold on. I'll double check and see how Our Hard Ride handles being over here. Yes. Okay. Suits there. Is there any loose leaf novels? Will Magia sit back here just fine. It will twist a bit, but it will do. It's not like it's important to anyone else but me. So that's going to stay in there. And then I will put, because she's a pain, Froppy gets put in Time Out. So I will dust the dusty bitch off. I've been watching a little too much Snapcube recently. If my last video wasn't an indication of that. So Froppy's back there. She's staring at you intensely. Kittle. Okay, now the way I had it was I laid some volumes down. I laid the Our Hard Ride stuff down. I think Mermaid Saga was a little too much, but we'll see. We'll see very fucking soon, as these don't fit. Okay. Well, I could put Mermaid Saga over here, then and do this. Haha. Fuck. Putting this back here and I'll put the thing on top. What the fuck? My hair hasn't been that long in ages. Fits the aesthetic. It's still got a little bit of space. Shit. Well, just trying to work some shit out. It's fine. It's fine. It's the whole part of the processing of autonomy. This is the smallest fucking volume. No. Well, it's 1 or 23. 23 is the biggest fucking volume. Why is 12 up there? What the fuck happened to my system? What the fuck happened? Hello? What is this abomination? No. Go in. Go in. In. Oh, good fucking god. I didn't think I'd have to remove this entire series again. Unless I started reading it again. Which, honestly, I'm definitely gonna do one day. But, fucking, ow! That hurt. Ooh! Well, if I sell this, that one's going at a fucking discount. I should not be that out of breath. Okay. Oh. 23 goes down here. The 14 is my background, as always. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sun Zero can go here. The council. The council. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of trash. But it's late at night. I'm missing the little stand that's supposed to hold Tengen, so it's gonna fall over. I order trash. Sits there. Mina over here. There's nothing over here, so first of all, I've got Zenetsu. Got Zenetsu. Sorry, Mimikyu's tail just decided to evaporate off its body. So, put Mimikyu up here. And I'll put Eevee down with Mina. And I'm gonna leave Iorder right here, because I will also put here, I'll put Undead Messiah, and I won't put Limit there. I'll put the manga that I need to actually collect here as well, methinks. Just because then I can easily pick it up and move it. It's easier than having it in my whatever the fuck that's called. The exemption being Urusei Yatsura. Urusei Yatsura can probably go back on the cart. And this boy is going to go with all my other Japanese manga under my TV. No, it's gonna go with it's gonna go in the little area where Heartstopper is. But yes, that has been my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am very ill, so well, not very very ill, but like very ill head cold. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll have time to upload it next week. Hopefully the fashion video will be out next week. Hopefully. But once again, thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
And now is time for the Patreon shout out. Patreon? I don't have a Patreon. Ko-Fi shout fuck. Yes, I would love to thank my Ko-Fi supporters, Grace Allo on YouTube, and Rini. And I want to thank you guys so fucking much, because you have really helped support me in doing cosplay. If you would like a shout out in my videos and also to help support my cosplay journey, then my Ko-Fi is in the link in the description. Thank you again, and this video is technically dedicated to you, as a couple of other videos have. I promise I will get back to cosplaying Waluigi very soon. And most of all, thank you for your continued support on my channel.